in terms of supplements, right? Everybody likes magic pills and potions and what have you, right?
You let me know when you get one that exists, and I'll take
Yeah,
it.
I know. I think a good multivitamin and a couple other things, but yeah, there's no magic anything. But are there any supplements, I don't know, that maybe boxers utilize? Because I've never really done a ton of research on boxing.
No, I think that unless your body's deficient in something, that's the only time they're going to work for you. I know everybody's into the whey proteins, for the recovery. Those work. When I went to that strength and conditioning school, I had the Dr. Abbott, and he was just like, the supplement industry is $1 billion industry. Any jar of vitamins that you have, and it says like this product has not been approved by the FDA, which means it really doesn't work. But then on the other hand, what is the FDA? You pay them money, they'll pass anything. Unless you're deficient in something, I don't think supplements really work. I remember a lot of the fighters were into, I think it was taking B12 shots. And they're like, oh no, this works, man. I get energy. The B12, it's all vitamins. And they put a little bit of an amphetamine inside your B12 shot. If you do the history on it, they're shooting amphetamines into you.
Yeah.
Research on it.
Oh, wow.
So, I think to each his own. If it works for you, then take it. If it doesn't, I don't know. I never really took vitamins and felt better unless I would, like I said, I was deficient in something.
No, that's a pretty good point, because even the vitamins in scurvy, I think they were deficient because they were stuck on the boats very long. Ships back then had to make sure they had oranges for the vitamin C. But yeah, when you eat a very well-balanced diet, let's say, you definitely need less supplements. So most people don't, unfortunately, eat a well-balanced diet. Could you go over those gyms again you recommended that are local?
Sure. Mickey Demos, Micky, and his last name is Demos, Demos. And then it's called The Gym, and that's Marty Monroe's gym, Marty, Marty Monroe. Davey or Southwest Ranch is out there, Cooper City. And then Ralph Jacobs has Cycle Jab, and that's in, I think, North Miami. And those are the gyms I would definitely recommend for boxing.
Yeah, because I'm definitely, after this conversation, interested in mixing it up and getting into boxing. Done martial arts before, but not boxing.
And where are you at? You're in South Bend now, right?
No. I'm in South Florida. So I can get down there instead of weekends or something.
My first boxing gym I went to was off of Sunrise Boulevard. It was called the JCC. It was a Jewish Community Center.
Okay.
And that's where Razor Ruddock used to train.
Oh, okay. He's Jamaican.
Yeah. Razor Ruddock's trainer is the one that started me out in boxing, the one that got me to meet Angelo, Nate Brown.
Yeah, wow, a world champion in your gym. Yeah, what are the odds? But like you said earlier, boxing is so unique. I didn't realize that champions trained in gyms that regular people could be in. Because to be honest, I guess I thought they were isolated.
JCC was called Contenders. They're still around. Chico Rivas still runs it. It was Chico Rivas and Norman Wilson. But that was all up in Fort Lauderdale. That's where I started.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, anybody could walk into a boxing gym. It's the craziest thing. Like I had one guy walked in. He was, I'm 5'7", I'm short. He comes in, he's 5'5".
Yeah.
He had to be about 240, 250 pounds, and he's about 45 years old. And he goes, hey man, he goes, I want to be heavyweight champ of the world. So I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I'm like, how many fights did you have? And he's like, none. I'm like, any amateur fights? None. And I was like, man, get out of here, man. People just it's insane. Like you never hear of any of these stories of anybody walking off the street onto an NFL practice field.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing, man. I don't know.
The two things people seem to struggle with, I notice, is accepting that somebody like Albert Einstein is just smarter than them. To know that his IQ or her IQ is just so much higher than yours, they're just smarter than you. People can accept somebody's taller than them, can run faster than them, jump higher than them, all these other things. The other thing they can't accept is that this other person can beat the crap out of them. Cannot understand that this little person can just pummel them. That's why you'll see these pros versus Joes nonsense. I remember seeing this video of this guy. He looked like he's 6'7", muscular, against this tiny guy. And
I think it was with Sweet Pea Whitaker.
Yeah. And then later he's pummeling him.
They come up to everybody's putting their headgear on.
Yeah.
And they go to Sweet Pea and they're like, here's some headgear. He goes, man, I don't even know headgear for this guy. You crazy? He just takes the crap out of him.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It looks so comical. This little person pummeling this huge guy who's like curled up, basically. People, those two things that have a hard time mentally wrapping their brain about. That little 12-year-old kid is just smarter than you. It is what it is. Or that 15-year-old girl with a black belt can pummel you, or she's a UFC fighter or whatever. She weighs 150 pounds. It does not matter. You will never hit her, and when she hits you, you will just go to sleep. People find it hard to accept these things. Well, there's one last question. Which do you prefer, weight whey protein versus plant-based from the positive therapist?
Like I said, man, I'll never give an answer that you got to do what's good. Like everybody, like Anna said, everybody's different. Like
Yeah.
whey protein, I would try both out and see which you have better results from.
Great
Because like I
answer.
said, everybody's different. Like I feel like personally for me, like meat, like I don't have steaks every now and then. Like I just feel like I don't feel like a normal person. Where
Yeah.
then you have these vegans. Some of these guys are just insane athletes and they don't even need meat. I need meat in my life.
Yeah.
Like so I don't know. Like I would try both and see what you get results from.
That's a great answer. Great answer. Well, beef is the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. Not an accident that you feel this way when you eat it. It's kind of similar for me as well. You know, there's a funny thing about the protein powders. When I've seen professional bodybuilders, they're big on eating real food. Remember, the two coaches or the three pro bodybuilder coaches I had were big on that. Yeah.
12 dozen egg whites, like
Yeah, I mean, they only use protein shakes as either emergency food or like post-workout meals, but they're huge on eating real food because of all the nutrients in there, the digestion, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on and on. Okay, awesome. Well, this has been a wonderful show. I learned so much, Matt. Thanks again. Again, this has been the longest show we've ever had.
And I appreciate everybody that was asking questions, even if you didn't. Thanks for tuning into the show tonight. I appreciate all of you.
Oh, this has been great. This has been great, man. Yeah. Positive therapist, good way to end it. I love your honesty. Yes.
Appreciate it a lot. Like I said, man, I used to hold in a lot of stuff, man. Now, like I said, like what I even told you that too. Like, oh, we're only be on there for an hour. I'm like, not with me, it won't.
Yes.
Like, I would talk until I fell asleep. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I love to talk boxing. I love to talk to people, like try to help people out, whether it's working out or mental stuff. Like I'm no therapist, but you know, I just try to tell everybody my life experience and go from there.
Yeah, well, you have so much experience with people that you may not have a therapist degree, but you're clearly, with the stories you tell, good at analyzing people's psychology and pushing the correct buttons for them. So
yeah, I think it has to do a lot because of my jobs, man. Like you're in a gym, you're meeting a lot of people.
Yeah.
I remember I did a nightclub at a door. I had to deal with a lot of people that were intoxicated. When you work at a car dealership, you got all sorts of people coming and going there. So I think it's just because I just always been around a lot of people. And like I told you earlier, like
you build that up.
Yeah, being in this pandemic thing, like I'm a social butterfly, man. I need to be out there with people. I'm a man of the streets. Like,
I know what you mean. Yeah, I like being involved with people as well. Amazing show. I agree. Yeah, lots of thanks from Skincare
Thank you, Latasha. Thank you, everybody. Positive therapist.
Yeah.
All good, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yep. Awesome. So Matt, again, thanks. Good luck with the gym. You are determined to transform your body. You made it to the end of this video. To get more tips about how to look great and feel even better, check out one of these videos you see on the screen. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. So later's my massive. Me a go long now. For those who don't speak Jamaican patois, that's goodbye, my people.